A very good morning to you all, my dear children. Welcome back to English language class. Hope you all are fine, children. Yes. So, children, as we all know that we are doing the revision for the third term examination, and today we are going to do the revision of chapter 25, that is short responses. In this chapter I will tell you I will give you the revision how to give short responses. Okay, children, so let us start the chapter. Children, what do you mean by a short response? A short response or answer is an answer that doesn't repeat all the words from the question. So that means it is short reply or short answer. Okay. So in this chapter, we will revise how we will give short responses by using auxiliary verb. Okay, children. So coming up to exercise A, let us start the revision of this exercise. In this exercise, keep in mind that response depends on auxiliary verb present in the question and subject in response. Every question you have to be aware of the auxiliary verb, which auxiliary verb is being used. Okay, and you have to keep in mind the subject also in every question, in every exercise. So, and one more thing you keep in mind that I changes to you and you changes to I. So now here in exercise A, you can see the question example is given, are you ready? So what is the response? Yes, I am. No, I am not. So both the response we can give in negative and positive. Yes, I am is positive response. No, I am not is negative response. Okay. Did you go? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Okay, children. So like this, we can do the exercise. First one, the question is, have you finished? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Can you do it? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Okay, both negative and positive response we can give. Is he ready? No, he isn't. Yes, he is. Like this, we have to do. Okay, children. Now, children, let us move on to exercise B. In these types of questions, children, keep in mind that when the question is starting with who, okay, when who plus past form of the verb, you have to respond in did form. Okay, see like this, who plus past form of the verb, then response will be in the form of subject plus did. Okay, so here you can see when we are starting the question with who, what will be the who plus past form of the verb, then the response will be in the form of subject plus did, and if it is in a present form, the response will be in the form of subject plus present form of auxiliary verb or main verb. Like here you can see example, who plus auxiliary verb, subject plus auxiliary verb should be the response. Like who will help me? I will, he will, she will, they will. Who can narrate a story? I can, he can, she can, they can. Okay. And if the response is in question is in past form, who wrote the poem? Subject plus did should be the response. I did, he did, she did, they did. Like this, we have to give the response. So now coming up to exercise B. Here you can see the example, who broke the window? Who broke the window? I did. Okay, and which is the bigger? This one is. When we are asking the question with which, we are using which, how will which is the bigger, we will this one is, that one is, like that we can do. Who told you the news? He did, she did, they did. So past form. Okay, so we have to use did. Which of you is taller? He is, she is, I am. Like this the response should be. Who threw that piece of paper? Past form of the verb here, threw. So he did, they did, she did. Okay, clear, children? Like this you have to give the response. Now in exercise C. Here in exercise C you can see example is given. The window is open. Yes, it is. The window is open. Yes, it is. It's a simple agreement. When we are having the sentence like the window is broken, what is the response? So it is. So window is broken, it is a surprise statement. Okay, so how we will respond? So it is. We will respond like so it is when the statement is in surprise form. So in the question you can see it is hot day. It is a simple agreement. So how will we write? Yes, it is. The blackboard is cracked. It is surprise. So how will we write? So it is. You have dropped your handkerchief. Yes, I have. Okay. It's raining. Yes, it is. He has done well. So he has. So when the statement is showing any surprise, we have to use so it is. When it is simple agreement, you write yes, it is. Okay, children. Now coming up to exercise D, children, here we have to give negative response in contractions. Okay. Here you see when auxiliary verb is in statement, the response will be no plus subject plus auxiliary verb plus not. So like this, auxiliary verb in statement, the response will be no plus subject plus auxiliary verb plus not. If the subject is singular, okay, if the subject is singular and if it is in present form, how will we respond? No plus subject plus does not. And if the subject is plural, our response will be no plus subject plus do not. Okay, and if the verb is in past form, no plus did plus not. Okay. So now here in exercise D, we have to give negative response. Okay, it's here you can see the example. It's ready now. So how the response is no, it isn't. You have seen it before. No, I haven't. So positive statement, negative response. Okay. Then here you see the question. First one, it's rather heavy. No, it isn't. You have dropped something? No, I haven't. Okay, you changes to I. The shop is closed? No, it isn't. So, here positive statement, negative response. And keep in mind the subject and the auxiliary verb in the statement. Okay. Now, in exercise E, here we have to give positive response. The statement is in negative form. Okay. So, here you have to use yes or oh yes. Here children, any of the response you can give. You can give like yes or you can use os. Okay. So, here you can see the example. You can't do that. So, what is the response? Yes, I can. Okay. And you won't catch me. Oh, yes, I will. Okay, so keep in mind the auxiliary verb being used here. So in the first question, you didn't know that. Yes, I did. Positive response you have to give because the statement is in negative form. Okay. Then you can't lift me. Yes, I can. Or you can say, oh, yes, I can. He didn't see me. Yes, I did. Sorry, yes, he did. Or you can say, no, oh, yes, he did. Okay, children. So, any of the response, both are correct. Okay, so like this, you have to do. Now, in exercise F, here we have to add so to join the sentences. And we have to be careful about the tense, auxiliary verb and the subject. Here you can see example is given. They all laughed and we have to use I also. It's in bracket. So how is the answer or the response? They all laughed and so I did. So did I. Okay. He is here and we have to add his friend also. He is here and so is his friend. So like this we have to do the exercise. How it will be? The first one, he is tall and we have to use you also. So he is, or how will be the response? He is tall and so are you. Okay, we have to use are with you. You are clever and he. You are clever and so is he. With he we have to use is. My socks are wet and so is my shirt. Okay, children. So like this you have to do this exercise. We have already done all the exercises, right? So you have to just revise. Maybe you have forgotten how only you have written the answers, maybe. So just I am giving the brief explanation how you have to do if this type of question will come. Okay. Now coming up to exercise G, here children, what we have to do is we have to use neither. Okay, we have to use neither to join the sentence. Children, helping verb with neither depends on the helping verb in the first statement. As always I used to say that we have to always be in mind, keep in mind about the helping verb. Okay, so here you can see example is given. He doesn't know I, or I you have to use, you have to add. So how it is, the response is like he doesn't know and neither do I. Okay, he isn't ready, his brother, he isn't ready and neither is his brother. So like this we have to do. The first one is she doesn't want to go, her sister. So what will be the response? She doesn't want to go and neither does her sister. Okay, because her sister is singular, so we have to use does. Okay, second one, he hasn't done his homework. I we have to use he hasn't done his homework and neither have I. With I we have to use have. He doesn't sleep well and neither do I. Okay, neither do I. So like this you practice the rest of the exercise, or go through the answers you have done and try to do that once again. Okay, now in exercise H we have to add but, and the statement is a positive statement and we have to give negative response. Okay, so here you can see an example is given. They all laughed. So and I we have to use how it is given. The response is they all laughed but I didn't. Okay, past tense, so I didn't. Here is he, his friend. Here is he is here, his friend. So he is here but his friend isn't. Okay, positive statement, negative response. So using this example like this we have to do this exercise. We have to change this, sorry, not this one. We have to use exercise F. Okay, exercise F we have to use positive, these are positive statement and we have to give negative response. Okay children, using but. Okay, and in exercise I, what is given here? Here we have to use but and the statement is negative. We have to give positive response. So here he doesn't know, in bracket it is given I. So how it is, how the response will be? He doesn't know but I do. He isn't ready, her brother. He isn't ready but her brother is. So like this children, you have to do the questions and you have to respond like this, and go through all these exercises one more time. Complete all the exercises. If you are not done, still if you are not done, you complete it by yourself. Okay, and practice more. Okay,